If you're a content creator of any kind, you need to start.
and fresh water and firewood to be able to weather through this storm for the rest of the troop. And very very much danger is a potential in this because of the ogre footprints that are seen around, and you've actually followed the ogre footprints with the deer footprints into the forest. And you've already been accosted by some of the forest denzians, some wolf spiders, and found a few things and learned a bit from a beautiful stag. But if you want to know more about that, you'll have to watch the previous episode. Tonight we're going to go ahead and move on. But before we do, I need everybody to give me a d20 roll, because we know what this time is.
Yes, GUI rewards.
GUI reward time. Kenna does not get one. Kemper doesn't even come close. Theros not going to do it. Fleegan, Roar, nope.
Roar.
Nope.
No rewards at this point.
The short people get the high roll.
So what that is that's warming up the dice, right? Is that what we're doing? We're warming up the dice?
Yeah. Right, yes.
So if we would have waited one more day, we would be in Roll20 Con. But that's okay. I mean, I have all the stuff, so we'll just continue. We'll just leave that as that. All right. So as I mentioned, as you guys came to a crossroad of sorts here in the forest, you saw a beautiful stag make its way out of the forest, and you had opportunity to communicate with that beautiful stag. And it has passed on, and you all have a decision to make, because you have yet to find fresh water, you have yet to find any deer, and firewood, well, nothing seems to have stuck out to you at this point that would be a good source of firewood. And you have a path to the east, a path to the north, and a path to the south. So what, my friends, are you going to do?
Which way do the ogres' tracks go?
The ogres are in the southwest, is what the deer told us.
That's right. That's right.
He didn't say where we would find deer, but he said that the wood was to the north, the water was to the south.
You said he would send deer in our direction.
In our path, yeah.
Yeah, that we would find them in between, basically.
Well, I say we follow wherever the heaviest of the ogre tracks are, because we did also promise that we would rid the woods of as many of them as we could for the entity.
Kenna, why don't you go ahead and give me a survival check, please?
Sure.
To see if you can determine where the heaviest of the ogre tracks are going, because they are kind of in various states all over.
Hold on, my system decided to close my character sheet window. There we go. Open character sheet and
open.
survival.
Decent survival check. You're not 100% certain, but your intuition would tell you, and your training would tell you that it's likely that not the heaviest, but the larger accumulation of ogre tracks seem to be coming and going from the south.
From the south, okay. I say we head south and as quietly as possible and try to deal with some of these creatures.
I agree. I think that's what the deer told us is the south. So definitely, yeah. I mean, we can grab the water then anyway, at least, and then we can come back to grab wood.
That, and I'd rather not carry a deer and a pile of wood with me while we're in battle. So.
I mean, water I don't really want to carry either, but we could bring it back to this middle spot and the deer if we needed to, and then go to the north, grab the wood, and then take it all back to the east from here.
Well, let's head south for now and see what we find.
You know, I don't think we ran into a scroll or a roll, but I don't think it was a deer either. I think it was something more than that. Something. The forest taking form as something we were.
It was a form of entity.
All right. So you guys head towards the south. And as you pass not too far beyond the crossroads to the south, you notice what seems to be kind of a mass of foliage or something. Obviously in the way on the path just ahead of you. And at this point, the north to south running trail is bisected by a huge old fallen tree that's about 13 feet in diameter.
Whoa.
Thick broken branches come off from the trunk but are empty of any foliage. And the tree appears to have been here for some time, and the wood actually looks pretty dry. As you inspect the bounty of fire-making material before you, well, that's not a hint. The somber hooting of an owl pierces the night. And the night bird's forlorn call makes you think of Mother Salvenza. The owl is her spet-to-tet, the Hanata's name for the animal spirit that embodies each Cirrus's. And you ponder Mother for a moment, and you think she is a wonderful, kind woman who has, more than once, switched her backside for some foolish act. And more than once healed your wounds when harm came to you. She is very wise, even beyond her long years, and has taught you many things without question. The Blue Veil is blessed to have her, as are you. What would you guys like to do? You have this big tree covering the path in front of you.
Well, I say we. I think. Was it Quimber had it right? We can gather up some of this, put it where we can get back to it easily. The crossroads is not a bad place, and then continue south.
It was Gror.
Oh, Gror, sorry.
Be happy to chop some up if we need to.
I think we can chop some up, but what are your thoughts on leaving some of the branches together and dragging them behind us to cover our own tracks?
It's a possibility. I don't think we need all 13 feet of it, but you know.
I apologize to Gror and pat him on the back for sharing such good ideas and almost happenstance taking credit for it. But
I think I just sounded taller. Don't worry.
Well,
It was probably my fault.
I mean, I am trying my best to be like you, after all.
I think you're doing great, too, honestly.
At least two of us should probably stand watch while everyone else gathers the wood. I'll pull my bow and take a position on the other side of the tree to watch from the south. If Fleegan, if you want to watch from the north, the other three of you.
Yeah,
can
I'm not
gather
good
wood.
at chopping wood. Yeah, I'm not
So-
going to do the wood thing.
We had some kind of sacks or something to carry the wood in specifically, right?
Correct.
So we should be able to chop up some of this branch, put it in those, and then use some of the branch to cover it up, and then obviously head on the trail then, right?
Yep. That's was my understanding and the plan.
And if I even help Theros a little, we'll be done inside of like a minute, I think.
No, it'll take some
Take
time.
a little while. Yeah.
It's going to take a bit of time for you guys to be able to chop through this very large tree, especially with all the branches and everything that are hanging around.
You have a Graxel. I don't know if you're aware of this.
You do have a Graxel, and
It's a
and it's
Graxel.
a good thing that you have the Graxel because it would take you even longer if you didn't. But You guys, I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to take hours, but you're probably looking at somewhere in the range of 15 to 20 minutes, something like that. Sit here chopping wood and kind of cutting through things. Sounds like you guys are obviously agreed that's what you're doing. So you guys are going to start kind of chopping in the wood there.
Yep. I will.
Yeah.
I will take position to the south of the tree and watch in that direction. Fleegan, if you can watch to the north, back towards the intersection.
Yeah, Kenna, actually, it's at this point, it's going to take some time of clearing for you to even kind of get through to get to the south side of the tree. So you'll have to kind of stay up on the north side for a bit. I wouldn't say that, it wouldn't be done in about 10 minutes or so to at least clear a path if that's what your desire is. But you guys are also trying to harvest firewood. So that's why I'm saying you're probably looking at about 20 minutes.
That's fine.
But then at that point, you could move down there. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Fleegan
Well,
will hide off in the corner by the bushes to kind of hide and pounce upon any squirrels that may get in his way.
The squirrels, yeah. Go ahead and kind of position yourselves where you think you might be in proximity to this large tree. Theros obviously is going to be whacking away at it right front and center, I assume. Maybe. And then I guess Gror, are you helping kind of chop at the tree? Gror, are you helping chop at the tree?
Yes, sorry, I got myself locked out of the screen. It took me a moment there.
Oh, no.
Yes, I will easily help chopping the tree and try to actually beat Theros at it.
Okay.
With my mighty.
It still counts as one.
I am a dwarf, and that obviously makes some of the difference.
And then Kimber, what's your activities at this point? Are you helping, or are you doing something else?
No, I'm not exactly helping. I'll move up near Gror and just sort of look around.
Okay. All right. Give me a perception check then, Kimber. Fleegan, while you're kind of sitting there, kind of keeping an eye on what's going on and somewhat bored because you're not really getting to do anything. Something draws your gaze to the sky above. You see that the clouds are. What?
More shoes?
No, not more shoes. But you see the sky above, and that the clouds are gathering. And you see the silvery blue illumination of the moonlight mingled with the sickly crimson hue from the red star. And there are large snowflakes beginning to descend and fall from the sky. And as you scan the heavens, it almost seems as if the clouds are forming the head of a giant red dragon that is staring menacingly down at you.
It looks like it's staring straight at me or at the party.
At you. It's not...
Your general direction. It's staring in your general direction. All right.
Well, I've already waved once to some strange things in the skies. I don't think I need to do it again. I'll just have my knife ready to pounce upon any menacing red dragons that come our way.
Sounds good. As your friends are continuing to chop away at working at cutting and gathering the wood, Kimber, you'd notice a loam-covered protrusion coming from beneath the enormous trunk of the tree. It looks to be about 3 feet long and somewhat buried in the wet leaves and the dirt.
I'll point it out to Gror right away, expecting him to get Theros' attention.
What's that? I didn't quite hear you, Kimber. I'm chopping a lot of wood over here.
I grab him. I grab him by his clothes, not his armor, and kind of shake him a bit.
Ah!
Look, I pit with my other arm. Look, right there. Something is under the wood. You found something.
A keen eye you do have. And I reach for it.
Well, as you reach out for it, you kind of startle for a second. Well, I guess you can tell me if you startle or not, but you notice very quickly it appears to be the lower arm bone and hand of a human or humanoid.
I don't really truly probably show a lot of fear, but I think I might show surprise to the point of, oh, like I don't think Kimber usually points out like missing limbs or, exposed limbs or anything like that under things.
Not on
But
a
I will
regular
try to
basis.
examine it and see if I recognize it by size or skin, perhaps, of what it could be.
It's quite. Yeah, it's a human, humanoid, possibly hard to tell. I mean, there's actually, there was clothing that once covered the arm, and it had a leather glove that was once covering the hand, but it's kind of fallen off to the side around, and they both almost completely rotted away, and all the flesh and everything is gone. But you do notice on one of the bony fingers a dirt encrusted ring.
Oh, well, I will carefully clear the area around it, making sure there's no sharp points or anything exposed to it as I pull it free. Ring.
The ring, not the hand.
Not the hand, just the ring.
Just rip that off.
Or the bar and everything like that. Okay.
Yeah. But I did debate about just pulling the arm out of there and waving it around, but that's not Grore's style. I'm a lot more subtle.
All right.
Maybe a little more subtle.
Grore and subtle. There's two words I never thought I'd heard in a sentence.
Subtle's his middle name. I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice looking ring. It's silver. You're pretty sure just by the heft of it and everything that it's probably actually pure silver. And it's got a blue stone and a green stone. It's got a blue stone in the center, a smaller green stone beside that, and a smaller red stone on the opposite side of the blue stone in the middle. And it looks potentially quite valuable, actually.
I will pass it to Kimber to keep it and assess its value.
I'm not sure about the second part, but I will definitely keep it for you.
Well, I mean, as the trainee, I want to know what you think it's worth gem-wise. I'll tell you if you're right or wrong afterwards.
I love it. Okay. I try to be the dwarf that I'm not and ponder.
You're at least 5/8 of the way there. Don't worry. We're making your dwarven stomp is very good already.
Thank you.
All right, Grore, as you reach over and you grab the ring and you see that and everything, and you go to hand it to Kimber, you actually just kind of move and turn a little bit, and your foot brushes the dirt at the base of where the arm is sticking up out of the ground, and you actually see it looks like there's a somewhat rotted pouch, old leather pouch, was kind of buried in the dirt in the leaves right there at the base of it.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely falling behind Theros in the wood cutting because of this. If we keep finding treasure, he's definitely going to win. So I'm going to point this out to Theros at this time and say, Theros, come here. We've found something.
Can you hear us? Theros, can you hear us?
Theros says, hey, Theros.
There you go. Can you hear me?
Said,
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
come hither, Theros. We have found something. Over here where I'm
What is it that we found?
a lot of wood that I've cut well first, and then There was this exposed limb that Kimber pointed out, and we found the ring that he's holding, and now this pouch lies here. I thought you might want to be involved and also slow down your wood cutting so you don't get ahead of me. And
There's motivation there.
and
So we found a shoe, a ring, and now a pouch, all in trees.
Well, this one's under the tree, but
Yeah, he actually found
The tree fell
bone.
on it.
He actually found a skeleton arm sticking up out of the ground, and there was a ring on it, and there's a pouch laying next to it. So
and we think it's been here quite a while. If I understood right? Quite a while.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, considering how rotted everything is, and the fact that the flesh and everything's gone from the bone.
The pouch show like rotting or anything to it,
Oh, yeah.
or does it look okay?
Oh yeah, it's falling apart. In fact, it looks like it was probably holding something because it's kind of sticking out of it.
So Theros, I'm giving you the chance to pick up the pouch and look at it if you'd like to like partake, or I will. It's up to you.
I can grab it. My arms are longer.
All right, so you stop
It's
your
true.
furious chopping of wood because you and Gror are obviously having a competition, and Gror's quite concerned that he's falling behind because he inspected the arm. So you reach down to pick up the pouch, and it just completely falls, disintegrates as you go to grab it, and lying on the ground where the pouch once was, even though it's now pretty much just pieces of old rotted leather. You actually find a scroll tube, and a what looks to have been a journal, but it's completely unreadable and quite rotted. In fact, you feel as if you pick it up, it'd probably find the same fate the pouch suffered.
You said there was a scroll, not just the journal.
A scroll tube, and a journal.
Well, the journal I'll leave there. I'll pick up the scroll tube.
Okay. All right. Scroll tube itself actually is in pretty good shape. It's it's made of what looks to be some sort of material that does not disintegrate easily over time, and it is closed and sealed. So.
All right, I'll pop it open.
Okay. All right. There are pieces of paper inside.
Do they look fragile, or do they look like they're in pretty good shape?
Look like they're probably in pretty good shape. They might be have some good age to them, but being inside the tube may have preserved them, or even potentially, if they are indeed scrolls, those don't tend to age because of the arcane that's imbued within them.
Yeah. I'll pull them out and see if I can recognize them. Upon my not understanding what they are, because they're arcana, I'll hand them over to Quimber and Kenna, if that is such the case.
Yep. Yeah, you look at them and there's some symbols and other writings and things on them that don't make a whole heck of a lot of sense to you. So you hand that over to Kenna, and Kenna, you take a look at it, and you very quickly recognize that though they could probably be used by you, they're typically were created for a slightly different area of tapping into the Xanthus, and that would be from the bardic school of that. So that's what you have pulled out there.
Ooh, cool. I love that picture.
very nice. Those are some decent spells. Definitely outside of my range. Not Quimber's either. So these will probably be good for our bards. Our back at the caravan. So we will take these with us. I can carry them if you'd like. Just need the tube.
All right.
So I'll pack those away and seal them up and
Okay. All right. While you're doing that,
Could we show Kenna the journal, and maybe she has a way to preserve it magically so that we don't have it fall apart on us by trying to lift it at all?
not really. I don't have access to a mending spell, so I wouldn't be able to preserve it. With how long it's been in this moisture and exposed weather, probably wouldn't be able to do anything with it anyway. The writing's probably gone. But I will take a look. I mean,
Do you
very
think we could take it
carefully.
back and have someone cast a mending spell on it later?
It's more than likely to fall apart if I pick it up, so.
Oh.
But I will take a look and see if I can recover anything at all out of it.
okay. You reach down and you kind of poke at it to kind of test and see if there's anything you can do. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
I have a question
We'll go
while
with
he's
that.
making that check. Would mending help out here? It repairs single breaks or tears in objects you touch. Single
You could attempt to. I mean, if you have that, you could
Yeah, it's
tell me
on
you
my-
want to try and cast mending on it.
It's actually one of the cantrips I have on my character sheet. It's been on since the beginning.
Cool.
But I don't find
Okay.
places to use it very often.
Yeah, you can go ahead and try and cast mending on it if you want to. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Apologizes to Kimber for overlooking his skill.
Just to help out, because I see
Mhm.
what's happening here, and I want to assist in the it not falling apart.
Yeah. Yeah. So you as Kenna reaches down to try and kind of poke at it and see if she can gingerly pry it up out of the mud a little bit in the dirt there and move it. She very quickly realizes that it's gonna break and snap. In fact, as she kind of goes to push on it a little bit, even the cover just completely cracks and breaks apart. Your mending it actually doesn't but it actually fixes that crack, but that's about all it does. But you very quickly surmise between the two of you that trying to do anything, it's like trying to pick up dirt. It's just going to kind of crumble and fall apart. And as Kenna mentioned earlier, it's pretty much a lost cause. There's not really going to be any way to do that. You'd have to have some much higher level of magic to try and repair and or recover something that's this far gone, if that makes sense.
Yep.
All right. Well, they're doing all of that, Fleegan. You're trying to avert your eyes from the gaze of what looks like that red dragon staring down at you, and you kind of look off towards the northwest there, and you see just off the path, a clear patch next to the trunk of a large tree, is a cluster of glowing toadstools. They cast a soft yellow-orange luminescence that glows like an inviting campfire amidst the moss-covered roots of the tree. They're about 4 inches high, with caps that are between 3 inches and 5 inches in diameter, and they appear to be 10 or so in the bunch.
Ooh, pretty. If I remember our last exposure, well, okay, my first exposure to mushrooms, I think I'll go investigate.
All right. Well, as you approach, the faint scent of fresh baked bread wafts towards you from the small clearing.
Have I ever experienced anything as such?
Give me a nature check, please.
Can I help with that?
No, because you're over there playing
Chopping
with
wood.
the bone arm and chopping wood.
Oh, I didn't say I was going to start chopping wood before Theros can again yet. I was going to say that.
This is happening at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, you recognize the smell of fresh baked bread because that's what Friend's fresh baked bread smells like as she's preparing that for the meals, and it's quite enticing, for sure.
I will scoop them up and throw them in a pouch. It's a fresh baked bread smell is far better than the smell of Gror.
Okay. All
Heard
right.
it both ways.
Well, put on your list that you have 8 or not, sorry, 11 mushrooms that glowy mushrooms that smell like fresh baked bread in your pouch, and if you can remind me, if you ever find out what they are, I'll share the card with you. All right. So you guys continue cutting away at the wood. Anybody doing anything else at all?
I'm not really interested in cutting at the wood. I mean, I'll help remove pieces as they.
Yeah, you should pick it up and load the bags. And I'm going to try to start
Yeah.
before Theros.
So I'm doing that, but I keep looking behind my back to make sure that we're not attracting the attention of any of the denizens that might be out in the dark.
Okay. Right. Well, you guys continue to start kind of packing up and cutting wood. Kimber, you're looking for denizens in the dark. And you're somewhat surprised even looking for denizens because you don't expect anything to be there, but you're just kind of keeping watch. But it's still kind of startling when you see off the path to the right of your position, you hear a rustling sound.
I won't alert just everybody, but the closest person to me is Kenna really chopping away at the wood.
Kenna's gathering, I thought. Gror and Theros were chopping away and Kenna was gathering.
If that's the case, I will alert Kenna to my concern. Hey,
I thought Kenna was guarding one end
that's
and
even better.
Fleegan the other.
I let Kenna know what's that over there.
Okay. You look over there, Kenna.
Yes, sorry, was on mute. Yes,
Okay.
I'll look over in that direction and see what he's pointing at.
Give me a perception check, please.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're like, what? What are you talking about? You don't see anything. So. All right.
I will make sure I have my shield and my mace in my hand at this point, and let them continue with their work as if I'm now on guard.
Yeah. Well, they do a pretty good job at this point, cutting enough wood for you guys to be able to pack up that you think will be adequate for your needs, and the bags that you were given to be able to carry them in, hold the wood well. And you said you're gonna probably go put them over in the crossroads there. Is that what I understood?
Yeah, like either cover them with like the leaves from the branch or, some bushy spot that it won't be obvious to anybody else to run off with.
All right. Yeah, you guys are able to do that. And once you guys get those all kind of packed up, and Gror, why don't you give me give me, because you guys will be working together on this. Give me a survival check as you're trying to kind of hide it. You can do that with advantage.
I was going to say I would definitely try to help him.
Yeah. All right. So he needs all the help he can get. He kind of sets it on the ground and takes a branch and kind of sets it on top and looks at it. Gror and his Gror way of doing things, and he can roleplay this if he wants to. It's like, yep, looks good, and you all kind of just shake your head at him.
I would not be interested in this. This just looks like more nature. I would just walk right by.
Brown wood, brown ground, it blends.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
once he turns around, I will hide it
Yeah.
appropriately.
Yeah. Kind of give me a survival check real quick, please. Yeah. Kenna hides it real quick. All right. So the night continues to darken and the clouds thicken above your heads, though not enough to block Luneos or the Red Star. So you guys, let's go ahead and move you down here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move you all down here and then just kind of right in that area, just kind of position yourselves where you guys would be as you're kind of moving along the trail there.
And as I'm moving down the trail, I will always have an arrow knocked in the bow.
Mm-hmm.
I will go last since I was already on the north side.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you guys have completed 1/3 of your X of Y quest, just in case you're keeping track.
We get a little notification on the bottom of our HUD.
A little notification pops up. Bling.
1/3 complete.
Yes. As you prepare to continue your trek from out of the dark thicket, jump two, three broad-shouldered ape-like creatures. Ah. I'll show you a picture of them. Yeah.
Well, those don't look friendly.
No, they are frightening monsters with menacing red eyes and slimy strings of yellow drool hanging from their fanged mouths. They have large bulbous heads with protruding forked antlers and dark green fur covering their bodies, and they stand on 2 legs, but are somewhat hunched over. And
They're
where
not
they-
very tall, right? They're just broad.
Actually, if they were standing straight, they would likely be almost 7 feet tall. So yes, they're very tall. The strange monsters wear no clothes and carry no weapons, and the creatures move quickly towards you, hooting and screeching loudly, their sharp claws like razors ready to rend your flesh. All right, I'm going to go ahead and reveal them. Go ahead and roll it. We'll do some initiative. Make sure you select your tokens first.
Arms!
Yeah, the claws and
Okay.
teeth make me not want to hug them.
Yeah, they don't look very huggable.
I was hoping they were inviting us over for tea and crumpets.
I think that one in
I think they're-
front with the lopsided horns needs help.
There's actually 4 of them, sorry.
I had a little bit of a lag. It rolled twice for me. I'm a 14.
Again, those are
not a 5,
antlers,
not an 8.
not horns.
Okay. All right. Get this out of here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see you guys here. Manage some things. All right, let's find the initiative order here. So, Theros, you are a 14.15.
Can someone tell them we had permission to take the wood?
I don't think they care.
Yeah.
I don't think
I've
they
got an
see
axe
that
that'll
we
teach them how that we've got it.
I think they're union officials, and they're going to check our membership for the log cutting union.
My membership card's my axe.
I don't think I paid my last fee either.
Aye! And mine too! Aye!
It would be nice if they axed us before jumping out to scare us.
They're gonna.
I'll ask them a question for you.
I'd rather not be axed, thanks.
They don't axe, they claw, and they bite.
Mm.
So with
These
that,
monsters bite, Case.
they do bite.
Oh,
yes.
they're teamsters.
One is going to
Told
try
you,
and claw
union.
Theros. I probably need to show you guys my rolls, don't I?
I'm
Yeah,
seeing
I
them.
saw it.
Did you see it? Okay. All right, we already did that.
That's
All
an
right.
attack
23.
23.
That's Theros. Yeah, you get clawed, Theros.
Hey, standard operating procedure.
All right. And you take 6 points of piercing damage. let me see what happens here. Yeah, you take. Well, is that piercing or is that's this piercing? Why does
It
it say
says slashing.
Yeah, well, it's piercing. So no, it's slashing.
I was going to
reading
say
it wrong.
claws usually are slashing, aren't they?
Yeah, it's slashing. Yeah, it's slashing. I was reading the wrong thing. All right, and then that he's going to try and bite you at the same time and miss. And then Gror, you're going to try and get slashed with a claw, and that ain't going to hit. And then he's going to try and bite you. Ooh, you guys a 20 hit?
I'm checking and hoping not, but
What's your armor?
it's
Plus
19.
19. A 20 does hit, so you get bit.
Plus
for
that
4
rock helped.
piercing damage.
But I don't think that rock helped with armor.
All right. So you get bit for 4 piercing damage. All right, and then Fleegan, he's going to slash at you and miss. He's going to go to bite you. 14 doesn't hit, does it? 14 doesn't hit, Fleegan.
No, it doesn't. I have 15.
No. Okay.
His dex surely is better than that.
Yeah. All right, and then Kimber, it's going to slash you and miss. And he's going to try and bite you and miss. Wow, those kind of suck.
I'm scared.
All right. I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please. Right, who are we missing? There he is. Okay. All right. There is a
Quimber.
pretty severe stench coming off of these things. And you guys smell it, but some of the experiences that you've had over the last few days have kind of hardened your stomachs to some of these stenches. You know, think Filthy Floyd, Poop Man, and other things. Anyhow, all of you except for Kimber are actually no, Theros didn't either. Theros and Kimber, you both are somewhat affected by the stench a bit, and so you're going to have a -1 penalty on your attack rolls. So just keep that in mind. All right. Well, they are done. So Kimber, you're not feeling too comfortable being next to this thing. It smells really bad. It opened its mouth and tried to bite you, and this hideous aroma just kind of assailed your nostrils. What do you do?
I hold up my shield high to try to block the smell, which is probably pointless. I'll swing with my mace and then I'll move back.
All right. That mace is going to come down hard on him. How much damage?
In Unearthed
bludgeoning
Arcana,
damage.
they can. In Unearthed Arcana. Not in Unearthed Arcana. In Unearthed Arcana, they gain more, like Cleric.
Are you talking to us?
No, somebody's yelling down the hall. Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right, that's what I thought. I'm like, that
Conversation.
doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be in context. All right, Theros. You do anything else, Kimber?
Away.
Kimber, you moved away. Did you mean to move away?
They'll get an attack of opportunity if you do.
Yeah. Kimber, did you mean to move away?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that thing freaked me out. I definitely moved back. I don't mean to leave Fleegan in danger. So I'm hoping
It'll get a free hit on you because
like,
you moved back.
internally that it does come after me, and I'm expecting it to. But if it attacks Fleegan, just I wish Fleegan to know that I'll regret that for a long time.
There
As
goes
you-
my sneak
as you
attack,
move away-
man.
As you move away from it, it's going to take a slash at you with its claw and miss. All right.
It was scary looking.
Yeah. All right, Theros, you went to go ahead and
Yeah,
attack
I'm
with
pretty
the-
sure a 9 misses.
Pretty sure a 9 misses. Yeah, it does. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. All right, Gror, you're up.
Okay. This guy right over here by me, right to my, I don't know, left side.
Mhm.
I'm gonna attempt to chop him, and I'm gonna use a one-handed chop because I'm using the shield. Oh, I got
Okay.
hit.
Okay. Ooh. That's not going to hit.
Grower,
Yeah.
we've just been hacking away at a tree. It was just so easy to hit. Now these things move.
They confuse you.
Your arms are actually tired. I mean, you guys are quite muscular and everything, but yeah, it was you were kind of used to doing something else. Didn't quite happen. Anything else,
Right.
Gror?
Just have to switch out of wood chopping mode. That's really it.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, one sec. I'm just not sure of what the luck shield might help with. It gives me advantage on a saving throw only once per day, so that won't help. No, nothing other than kind of keeping my shield on that one that I just missed to protect it from going around me to like Kimber or Kenna's back.
Okay. Okay. All right, Kenna, you're up.
All right, so I will use my once a day Misty Step and teleport here.
Okay.
And take a swing at it with my lovely,
Kind of pops
lovely
out of
speed
existence for a
sword.
second and reappears over behind the one by Fleegan, and Fleegan's a little bit startled, even though he's seen her do it before.
21 hit.
And yep, you are gonna
12 slashing.
stab him, or you're gonna slash him for 12 damage. You took a big old chunk out of that bad boy.
Good.
All right. Anything else?
Like, oh Jesus, he smells like Fleegan's socks.
Not anymore. He's got some nice smelling mushrooms.
They smell like fresh bread, right? Okay. Anything else, Kenna?
Nope, that's it for me.
Nope. All right, Fleegan.
I had a thought now to just go ahead and put those mushrooms in my socks.
That's not a bad idea. They might smell better.
Don't take
Mushrooms
this
fall.
mushrooms.
That's
Hey,
that's
could
really
cut out
good
the
mushrooms.
middleman and put the mushrooms in all of our noses.
Hey, those
Okay.
mushrooms could be a blessing. Don't curse them.
All right.
You and
Well,
Fleegan.
I have a dagger to slash with, so I will slash with my dagger.
Fleegan go stabby stabby.
Stab.
And I will stab the one that gives me sneak attack. So the one in between us.
Mhm.
Uh,
No, you try and stab him with your dagger, and unfortunately, you were distracted by the fresh baked bread, thinking about putting it in your sock, and you missed. Anything else?
Yeah, my offhand, I'm trying to find. There it is. 14 hit him.
Yeah, you were so disappointed that you missed the first time that you were able to connect with him the second time. So go ahead and roll damage and sneak attack. Oh,
Push
4
it on
damage.
4.
Yep, you stab him and then you push it in a little bit deeper. All right. Okay, anything else? Probably it.
No, that's it. My bonus and my unless I want
Okay.
to move away and be attacked. Like
And get slashed, yeah.
yeah. I know.
All right. Well, it's their turn again, so we'll go ahead and start with the one that's between Fleegan and Kenna, and it was startled by the one behind it, but got stabbed by Fleegan at the last second, so it's going to turn around and it's going to try and bite you. Fleegan. Ooh, it does. It's going to bite you for 7 piercing damage. And then it's going to follow up with its claws and slash you for another 6 damage.
Oh no!
Fleegan is getting mauled by this thing.
As
which is
per
somewhat
most of
unfortunate.
the adventures we do.
Yeah, which is somewhat unfortunate because the one standing next to you is going to go after you too.
Well, seeing that, I'll bang on my
Oh,
shield
jeez.
to make
Oh,
it come after me. Oh.
I would just like to point right here and now. This is completely not my fault.
No, concur. I concur.
Yeah, I was role playing.
Well, good.
That's what they all say.
It's what my character would do. Fleegan, you take 10 points of piercing damage from the bite that he latches onto your head, and you got your head kind of stuck
That's
in
where
his
my
jaw at
tattoos
this
are.
point. Yeah. All right. Does he finish you off with a claw?
Oh,
Yeah, actually he
no.
does. Oh my.
And there goes Fleegan. Let's have a
So the
moment
rest of you
silence.
see these two giant creatures just descend upon the poor little Fleegan and bite and tear him a new one. And he goes to the ground unconscious, and they're snarling and blood's going everywhere, and it's quite gruesome. And you realize that your party member just hit the ground. All right, but we have two more to go yet. So Gror, the one on you is going to. Oh, there's another critical.
Jesus.
10 piercing damage for Gror from the bite to the shoulder. Oh my gosh! And then he's going to follow up and slash. Is there a lag there, or is that? Yep, no. And he's gonna miss with his slashing. You deflect that with your shield, but you weren't able to deflect the bite. And then Theros, he's going to try and slash you, and
Does
16
not.
does not hit. Okay, and then he's going to try and bite, and that doesn't happen either. Theros, you kind of build yourself up and just kind of knock him out of the way as he comes after you. So, all right, Kimber, you're up.
Seeing what has happened to Fleegan, another member of the party is going to have to apologize to profusely for the rest of his life. He rushes forward to attack the creature that caused him to flee. Now his name was almost like kind of unconsciously telling him to flee.
What?
So you're going to blame it
Again.
Wow.
Well,
again.
you know, the
Blame
name
the
is
victim.
Flee
That's
again, right?
savage.
Flee again. Sorry.
That's
We
savage,
again.
dude.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm going to change my name to Bolgan.
So after the bodyguard leaves the poor little rogue to get absolutely mauled by two things, the bodyguard, who is in fact the healer of the party, decides to go after the thing and manages to hit it pretty good with his mace.
And
For
I do
5
have
bludgeoning damage, huh?
I do have a fast action.
Okay. What does that do?
Wait, where is it? It disappeared. Oh, healing word
Okay.
can be
Yeah,
used
yeah.
as
Just
a bonus action.
Are you gonna throw a healing word on Fleegan over there?
No, it's for himself.
No,
Oh, I shouldn't say those kind of things.
That was
Classic.
really well done. Good job.
Classically.
Well, Fleegan, you're on the ground, but after getting eaten pretty much by these things, you find yourself back in the world of the living, and your wounds curiously closing at this point. So it's alive. Yes,
Sorry.
that was a great interchange. So, by the way, Lee, thank you for that.
That's
All right,
for
anything
me.
else, Kimber? No.
No.
Okay, Theros.
Swing away.
Oh yeah. Oh, you smacked the thing a good one. For how much damage? 8.
It was an okay hit.
It was meant to happen, though.
These things are no joke. Anything else?
That's it. Just get ready for the next barrage.
All right, Gror, you're up.
I think this might be the day that Gror has to finally start using his spell-like powers. So I'm gonna take my
Do you need to make
new
an
magic,
Arcana check?
my new magic item out, and I'm gonna attempt to use one of my charges to heal any people within 30 feet of us. But I think it only works on friends. Is that correct?
You could choose to use it on an enemy, but you could choose to use it on friends if, or you're talking about. Oh, it's an AOE heal, is what it is.
Ooh.
My
So
new
it
magic
heals
heal?
anything within 30 feet.
Yeah. I think it
You
would
have to
only
make
be
contact
friends.
with them.
No, it says within 30 feet. How could I make contact with
Okay.
everybody in 30 feet? Come on now, Casey. My arms are
that's
short.
true.
You have long arms. It
Mr.
stretches you,
Fantastic.
stretch Gror's arms. I don't know.
Yes.
No, we're not fine.
But they're not that stretched either way.
When
so-
those words escaped my lips, I realized how dumb that sounded. So you're right.
Okay.
So
So it's supposed to be a 1d8 plus 3 to all the friends within 30 feet.
okay.
And obviously, I'm just going to also maintain my shield being up from the guy trying to eat my
Okay.
head.
All right. All right. So roll 1d8 plus 3. All right. So everybody heals 8 points of damage.
And the crowd goes wild!
Gror takes that
magic.
little
To point out,
stone.
that was more healing than I got from the guy who abandoned me.
The cleric. Gror, the holy warrior, pulls
Remember,
out
I
the
am
little
the
stone
team
and
doctor, too. But
yeah.
Kimber's
You
only
recognize-
learning to be a dwarf.
Yeah, make sure you give yourselves 8 points of health too, Gror.
I did so. Thank you.
You did so, and you're still at 31.
I was down 14,
You were down,
and I only
Oh,
went
you're
up
down.
8.
Okay.
So I'm down
Okay.
6.
Okay, makes sense. All right. Well, Gror knows what's needed at this point and calls upon the blessing of the stone to be able to rejuvenate everybody, and does as such. All right. You gonna do anything else? Any movement? Anything like that?
I don't think I can move unless I give up an attack of opportunity, and I seem to be holding the whole western flank up single-handedly.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe northwestern, so I'm just going to engage this guy with my lucky shield.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, Kenna, then you're up.
All right. I am going to let's see. Well, I will take another swing with the Sword of Speed. Will 19 hit?
Yeah, 19 hits, and that takes that thing down.
Good.
You cut it down.
Then I will step up to here. And as my bonus action, hold on. Just checking to see if I've got a bonus action. I do not currently have a bonus action to do, so I will simply step up and
Okay.
help distract it from chewing on Fleegan's head.
Okay, all right. Fleegan, you do not have to make a death save. You are on the ground prone.
Fleegan, you had false life. Do you remember the hit points from that?
Yeah. I
Just make-
didn't remember that, but however, it didn't make a difference because I had one hit point when it hit me for 8 damage.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Yeah.
it was 8 or 9, something
So
like
that
that.
put you at 0.
That put me way below what I had for temp hits. I will use my special cunning action to disengage and run away.
Run away!
And
I'll
I
let
will
you,
save Gror by throwing a dagger at the one in front of him.
All right.
Sir Fleegan, Sir
Finally,
Fleegan,
Fleegan comes to my aid.
Sir Fleegan, he bravely ran away.
Did not!
All right. What's your movement?
Woohoo!
What's your movement speed? Because it's going to be half. Because you need to
25.
use half.
Yeah, have to
Okay.
stand up.
Steps, and you move 5, 10, 15 feet. You could probably move to here or here or here. Okay. All right. All right. That dagger is going to stick in this one for 8 piercing damage. Wow. And sneak
Plus
attack.
another 5.
Wow.
Yay.
That's a lot of damage. After you
That's
bravely
mine.
ran away.
That's right.
All right. Well, it's their turn again. And these guys have gotten a taste of you all, plus they don't like you anyway, so they're going to continue to press the attack. We'll start with the one on Gror, who gets bit for 5 piercing damage. And
It's 3 bites from this guy.
The
Union
slash
people?
puts a big old scratch in your your lucky shield, but it doesn't get you.
Dwarves must taste almost as good as gnomes.
All right, Kimber is going to have one attack him, and it's going to try and slash at him first and miss, and then it's going to try and take a bite out of him and also miss, and then the one on Theros is going to try and bite him and fumble.
Nice.
And he is discombobulated.
Incapacitated for a round. Nice.
All right. Kimber, you're up.
Knowing that my friend Fleegan may have retreated due to his wounds and how grievous they are, I'm not exactly sure. I am, in the back of my mind, wish to follow him to tend to his wounds. Knowing this creature will press his attacks, though, I will use my shield to protect myself and smash it.
Okay. Attempt to smash it.
I was going to say he's going to
that'll
run
smash
away
it.
and leave me in contact with it.
A hit?
Yeah,
or no?
Kimber, go ahead and roll damage.
Yay. 5
Oh,
points
Kimber,
taken
you
to
found
the
this.
face.
You found the sweet spot, and he took it to the face, and you knocked him out dead. All right.
Huzzah,
Anything else?
Kimber!
I will move towards Fleegan.
Okay.
Score.
Okay, I'll let you move yourself then, and I'll go to Theros.
I'm going to take this thing's head off.
At a 31, a 10, and a 95.
What?
Roll your damage there. Let's see if you take the thing's head off. Yes, guess what? You take the big old Graxel and you take the thing's head right off.
And now
That's a good
the
hit.
antler's not causing the monster's neck to have a lot of pain.
That's
Way to
right.
go,
He no longer
Theros.
has neck pain. And I'll move up to
Right.
engage the last one.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
crowd in my
think if you
business
count all the
there.
points on his, antler, he might have a potential of having 8 protrusions, right? Maybe. I don't know. So, Dror, you're up. You gonna take this one out? You gonna
I'm
don't
gonna
let anybody
try.
else show you up?
Well, I'm probably gonna end up allowing them to help some more because all my power will be needed more later, obviously. But
Mhm.
I will attempt to slay him since he's been wounded by Fleegan in my defense.
I think it wounded him well.
Say
Dror, you
ye
hit him.
back.
Yeah, you hit him.
Ah, well struck. And may he suffer much damage. 10.
Not bad.
And ooh, you stick that axe right in his gut and you cut him down. So within this last round,
there ever
you
a
all
doubt?
found the resilience after the warrior priest uses his magical powers to warrior priest? No. He uses his special
Champion.
item.
His champion, I think.
You're the champion. You rallied the troops and brought them back and brought Fleegan back from the
I
brink
want to
of
call him
death.
the warrior doctor, not really the warrior, priest or healer.
Again, I think that really covers it
I-
all. That's really...
He makes his enemies pray.
prey on them afterwards.
All right. Oh, you guys make me laugh. All right. Well, you guys managed to clear out the beasties here that have attacked you. So
We'll
you're done at
stomp
this
this
point. What would
one.
you like to do?
I want to
You can do
stomp on
it.
its corpse.
All right. Of course, because that's what you do. Aha.
Are the antlers
All right.
worth anything?
They smell really bad. So yeah, and especially
No.
you, it's kind of turning your stomach. So I would say that if they were worth something, you don't really have the wherewithal. You'd kind of want to get out of the stench.
All
So,
right.
Casey, if they smelled really bad before I disemboweled that one and now I'm stomping on them, does it smell better?
Should.
Make it a Constitution saving throw, Gror, for asking a question. Actually, to you, it
Good.
smells
You see that?
somewhat invigorating as you stomp and then you stomp again. And it's like
Huzzah!
squish, squish, and over in the corner of Theros is starting to gag and retch, and
I'm
poor
beginning to
Kimber
get
is
close to a blood fury. Somebody better calm me
Kimber is
down.
turning green. He's yeah.
I'm trying to find Fleegan so I can touch him with the amulet. Where are you, Fleegan?
He's right next to you.
I still. Okay.
All right. Where did it go? No, that's not it.
That should bring Fleegan back up to full.
Is that it? Hang on. There it is. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what would you guys like to do? Fleegan, you got 7 more hit points. He's I'm gonna go ahead and give him the 7 hit points since he's not here right now.
Yeah, he stepped away for a sec.
Remind me or remember to tell him that he got 7 hit points back.
If I walk
I
away,
gave
can I
them-
have 7 hit points?
No, because I'm not sure that Kimber will give you 7 hit points, but he could. I'm not sure. All right, you guys gonna hit?
You're a powerful, tough dwarf.
Yeah. I'm going to try to keep a little bit better eye out because I don't want to be jumped like that again.
I would just like to confirm though, these creatures, what were they called? Borlocks? Something like that?
They were boggins.
Boggins.
Boggins. They never found the wood I
Baggins.
hid, right? They never wood that Gror hid. I'm just making sure.
All right, who am I missing?
Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you can't find the wood you hid.
Where did? No, I found Kimber. Where did Gror go?
I'm
there he
still
is.
on the
He's under-
map.
Oh, he's
'cause
stomping the guy. You were underneath him. You were stomping the guy. Okay.
I'm stomping. Yeah.
All right. You guys move through the forests, and I need Theros and Kenna to give me perception checks, please.
Nat 20.
Oh, Kenna. Mm-hmm.
I'll offset that.
Quite
So,
literally.
Kenna's looking off into the trees, making sure that nothing jumps you, like she was concerned about the last time. And Theros is kind of pretty proud of himself for taking the head off of that big one, and he's just jawing, not paying attention to absolutely anything, and completely making a ruckus of saying how proud of himself he was as you guys did all of that, and Kenna's just kind of rolling her eyes about all of that.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
will speak of my great glory but me?
I will speak of how you almost threw up all over yourself. That's
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Um,
If there's one thing Kenna is good at, is making sure that you guys stay humble enough.
Not succeeding with Gror, that's for sure. I don't know
You
what to
gave
tell
up
you
on
with
that
that.
one. Gave up
yeah,
on that one.
as has happened many times tonight, you see a small pair of glowing lantern-like eyes appear in the canopy a short distance down the path. However, this time they are shortly joined by another pair, and then another,
Mm.
and then several more,
That doesn't make me happy.
until hundreds of
Guys,
gleaming eyes are staring down at you.
guys,
That's not the
Boggins,
strangest
spiders,
thing
and
I've seen
ogres, oh
today.
my.
guys. Look what we have in front of us.
These look like the glowing eyes that we were associating with the spiders before.
Potentially, because I remember you guys talking about that, but they definitely look like the glowing eyes that you saw before that you encountered the spiders. Yes.
This path is narrowing as well. Should we turn back?
Well, that depends. I think we need to keep looking. I mean, are there still tracks for the ogres coming into this narrow area?
Yeah, they're actually the ground in this area is somewhat damp, and so it's pretty plain to see that the ogre tracks are moving this direction.
Yeah,
Continuing on down the path.
the ogres.
Before
are
we
in this
go farther,
direction,
should I use another one of those group heal charges?
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Because I'm down like 11 or something.
How much are you
I didn't
down?
know how bad Fleegan is.
I think Fleegan's at full with that last 7 that you
No.
I
gave.
can use the
Yeah.
amulet. It
I have 21
recharges.
out of 24. I'm good.
Okay.
If the amulet could get me out of the negative 11 aspect, it'd probably be good.
There's 6.
Okay.
I will take 6 gladly.
Mm-hmm.
You're becoming quite the fine dwarven healer.
Thank you to Anton for giving us this amulet, or letting us keep it at least.
Absolutely.
You guys ready to move on?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Keeping an
All
eye
right.
out, especially on the eyes, the hundreds of them.
All right.
Oh,
You guys move
I
on
see
forward.
something down here.
You guys move on forward, and as you're moving forward, Fleegan, you start to find yourself getting that telltale tunnel vision that you've been experiencing over the last few days, to where you start almost starting to fade into the visions that you've been seeing. But instead of fading into a vision, you kind of stop and you hear in your mind these words. When the veil lies on Zayathe, and shadows turn the tides, whence from the people there shall come the father of all lies. A legend once, now living, a lost tale brought to life, blooded in his vile hands, hate, and death, and strife. A secret held from days long past shall never be bought nor sold. The prophecy of darkness reigns, has rightly been foretold. Yet deep within its rocky tomb it bleeds forevermore, and therein may be found the thing that brings a better lore. The mothers hear not words well spoke, deception lies within. Who wears the cloak of the outcast? When does the end begin? The lots are thrown, the fates are made, blood doth bathe the sky. When days grow cold and skies grow red, the liar shall deny. Seek the ancient mysteries along the hidden ways. Knights in battle blew there, ne'er to see the end of days. When the veil lies on Ziothe, and shadows burn creation, whence from the people comes the light, 'tis said, abomination. And as quickly as this feeling comes upon you, and you hear this verse in your mind, it as quickly fades away. You all didn't hear that, by the way. It just made an impression, so I figured I'd say it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you could put that in the chat.
No. Nope.
Don't worry.
Guys, we're so screwed.
Fleegan, why are you lingering? Come on. No lollygagging, or regular gagging for that matter. Come on.
Speaks the man who almost threw up in the last battle. It's a
As you guys find your way through the trail here, as it narrows, it rounds a small bend, and the trail opens up a bit. And lying on the ground before you are at least 15 or so small dead birds. They all appear to have died recently, and there is no sign as to what killed the tiny creatures.
What kind of bird? Is that important? Are they like sparrows or doves?
Are you going to look at them?
pigeons? Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
gonna take a
inspecting
look.
them?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a nature check, please.
Okay.
I'll assist.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again. Yeah.
So
Is there any
12.
prophecy of coming across this many birds dead?
Say that again, Kimber.
I was just curious if this was like a sign, like some kind of prophecy told.
You wouldn't know that. I mean,
All right,
you didn't hear it. You didn't hear it. Fleegan did. So.
right, okay.
Right. It's the as you look at the birds, they look like they're just they're not the same bird, but
Okay.
most of them are similar enough to where it may be 2 or 3 breeds, of your average forest birds. So, but you do actually notice as you look closer at them that you notice that the eyes of all of the birds are missing.
Oh, that's not good. I'll point that out to everyone else.
Any pattern to the way that the birds are arranged at all?
Give me a perception check.
If he brings it up, I'll assist him to try to figure it out.
Thank you for assisting me.
Yeah. You guys, the two of you kind of look at that and converse amongst yourselves, saying, could there possibly be a pattern to the way they're laying? They look like they're laying somewhat haphazardly on the ground. But you do happen to notice that there seems to be fairly large mites crawling across the birds, now that you look at them a little bit closer.
Large mites?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Stay away from them as much as possible then. I don't want to...
Yeah, diseased or something.
You might
So you
get
better
them.
watch out.
Somebody punch Theros for me.
Alright. So what do you guys want to do? Move on?
Yeah.
Avoid the bird.
Avoid the birds as much as possible, yeah.
Alright.
Move around them and head south.
Alright.
I see deer.
Oh dear.
Alright. You find yourselves in a large circular clearing with a meadow surrounded by dense forests, and the winter sky can be seen above your heads, shrouded in cloudy mists. The snow is starting to come down pretty significantly at this point, and it's sticking to the ground enough to cause a light dusting. Because you were thick in the forest there for a bit, and now you've come into this clearing, and definitely there's a lot more snow, and it's snowing a lot harder than you thought it had because you were up under the canopy of the trees before. Though the clouds continue to thicken, the muted blue-white light from Luneos and the disturbing crimson hue cast from the red star still shine brightly enough to reveal the features of the winter glade. The meadow is some 60 feet or so across north to south and some 80 plus feet across east to west. It's relatively flat and covered in a blanket of matted winter grass intermingled with patches of icy snow, and then that light dusting covers the top of it. And you see a grouping of 8 tall pillars of stone that stand in the center of the meadow, and a soft rising of fog comes from the area of the stones, and it ascends into the wind and disperses. Across the meadow from you can be seen a number of westward deer, their heads bent down as they eat the remnants of the dry winter grass, and there is one buck, the rest are females. And beyond them you can see the path continues on through the woods, and the wind is somewhat stronger in this area as the tree cover no longer provides as much shelter from the weather, and it's cold, and it's getting colder. What do you guys do?
Say a small thank you to the entity that we spoke to before, and draw my bow.
Okay.
Or we'll do the same.
Okay.
If we take 2, that should be enough for the troop.
2 does.
Since there's only 1 buck, then yes, I agree.
Right. Yeah.
The meat of the does is better anyway. It's not as tough.
Okay. Kind of describe what you guys are doing for me.
Draw my bow, move forward as quietly as possible, and take a shot as soon as I get a good. Well, I can actually see them already, so I guess I'll just kneel to steady myself, draw the bow, and take the shot.
Okay.
Simultaneously,
So Kenna kneels.
Simultaneously, if possible, with everyone else who's shooting.
Okay.
Just
So
take
Kenna
I'm
gets
gonna
ready and
dig a
starts-
hole so that I can use the lucky longbow. Stick the bottom of it down in there, anchor it well to brace it, and get ready to shoot that other doe.
I need you to make a stealth check because you're probably going to want to make that quietly so you don't scare the deer away.
Okay. Just kidding about digging the hole, remember, because of the longbow joke.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
Fleegan, what do you do?
I will watch our backs to make sure, because I'm pretty sure a dagger is not good enough to bring down a deer.
I don't know, with you throwing them.
All right, Kember, what do you do?
I have no means of taking down these animals, but I will wait with a sacred flame in case one of them's severely injured and needs to be dropped before it retreats into the darkness.
Right. Okay. All right, and then Theros, what are you doing?
I assume they're outside my javelin range. Looks like they're about 50 feet, 50, 60.
They are from you. They why did that do that? Okay, that didn't. I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, where are you? No, that Ah, there it is. East.
Yeah, 60.
60 feet. Yep, 60 feet from you. So a little too far.
I'm not sure what's the range on a javelin.
I
It
think
should
it's
tell you on your character sheet. I can see here. Hold on a second. Javelin.
I think it's outside of normal range, but I think you might be able to take a shot at Disad.
Javelin.
Yeah, 30.
30
120 is.
120. Yeah.
Oh,
So
Take a shot at
it's gonna be
disadvantage.
I'll
long
take
range.
I'll take a long range shot at him.
That
That
would just
one-
shoot the two
All right.
closest.
Whichever's
All
one's
right.
closest to me.
Yeah, the two closest does. I'll take the one on the left. You guys take the one on the right.
Okay. All
Far
right.
left.
Yep. Okay. So you guys all kind of, know each other well enough to communicate this silently, and they don't seem to have been startled by you. And if they had, maybe it was, it was ordained by the master that you met in the forest earlier. So, Pin, I'm going to go ahead and let you take the first shot.
What was that?
Saphalanea. Yeah, I wanted to say Shahazad, but Saphalanea, you're right. Go ahead, Ken, and take a shot.
Okay.
All right. You're going to hit and kill yours, Gror. You take a simultaneous shot. Give me a shot.
Thunk.
Yeah, just throw
anything,
out your javelin.
anything Kenna can do, Gror can do better.
Oh,
Maybe if I had a longbow, I could do that too.
Damn.
you were a
What
dwarf,
kind?
probably. That's
Um,
Sad thing is that
Fortunately, Gror, that's a critical hit. So I need you to roll on the critical table just to see if you actually destroy the deer.
Oh God.
See, I didn't shoot the explosive arrow.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to give this to you. You don't even have to roll on the critical table. I'm going to say you nailed the thing right in the head, and it just drops quietly to the ground. And so
Awesome.
all the meat is nice and tender and wonderful because immediately you just take the thing out. As the
Doesn't have
best
time
shot
to
you possibly
tense.
could. Yep. Yep.
I mean,
So
29 is pretty high, honestly.
yeah.
Yes.
It's
Theros,
not bad.
you see these two go down from these shots just as you're about, because you knew that you were going to wait until they took their shots before you stepped up and took the shot, because you would make noise, obviously, to try and throw that javelin, and you hold it back because they've already taken down their two deer, and there's no need to throw that javelin.
Yeah, because I'd probably roll a 1 and javelin one of them in the back.
Yeah. All right.
And since
Well,
I'm directly in front of you, that's probably me.
yeah. All the other deer quickly scatter
Vamoose.
and take off and crash into the forest to the south, while these other two are on the ground ready to be taken.
All right, let's get these dressed.
You want to put yours in a polka dot, and Gror, I guess you can put yours in a tunic.
Can somebody else punch Theros for me?
Thought that was one of his better jokes, honestly.
Oh, well, So
Who wants to take a look at these pillars? Because actually, I'll do that because I don't even have a knife.
I'm good with you. I'm
Okay.
not gonna get bloody. That's
Before
other people's job.
let's do something real quick. As you two are heading this direction, you get to about here, and you see hang on, click on the right thing here. Okay, there we go. You see
Uh-oh. Get the hell away from our deer.
you see a pack of deer, or a pack of wolves, emerge very quietly from the clearing, and they know you're there because they regard you, but they move towards the deer.
Oh, I've started
Um,
shooting.
You're gonna go ahead and shoot at them.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they're not getting our dinner.
All right. Well, you got the right idea. They're coming out to take your dinner that you expertly shot them down. So,
No.
let's go ahead and roll initiative. Make sure you select your tokens when you do. Okay, where are they? There they are.
Just need Quimber. There we go. God, Quimber, how do you have such good initiatives all the dang time?
Because early in the campaign, I had really bad initiatives, so it's
Yeah,
time for me to
you're a
have good
cleric.
ones.
You're a cleric. You're supposed to have bad initiative.
Yeah,
Accuse me
he's a
of
cleric.
those on my time, on myself.
Apparently, it's a.
That's exactly
right.
right.
All right, Kimber, you're up.
I was looking at my spells. That's why it took so long to roll initiative. I was trying to see what range I had and stuff. Let me look real quick here. Even though it's not quick at all. Okay, so
Okay, see.
light is touch, it looks like, because only I can cast that at a distance.
Casey, I meant to tell you I was going to cast Mage Armor on myself from my Apprentice's Ring.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Lasts for 8
Had enough
hours.
time.
So,
Yeah, you've had enough time in the forest, so that's fine.
yeah.
I'll move forward and I will cast Fairy Fire on the wolves.
Okay.
So Fairy Fire is, let's see, they have to be each object within 20-foot cube, and they need to roll a Dexterity save versus 14.
Okay. All right. We're gonna start with that one. So
I'm
there's
hoping it'll scare them
1,
off.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them. So we need
Oh, not scaring that one off.
that one. Not scaring that one off. That one is
There you
freaked out.
Oh, wow.
go.
Get rid of those 20s.
So the alpha male and the alpha female don't
Are
get scared,
staying,
obviously. That's what is that? That's 3 natural 20s in 9 rolls.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, so 2.
All right. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand their ground. The others, they're all
Yep.
lit up.
Yeah, the other
'Cause
two
you
are all
cast
covered
fairy
in
fire on 'em, so-
sparklies.
Yeah, they're all covered in sparklies. So I'll do this one. I'll throw a big old yellow dot on them. Hope you guys can see the yellow dots. Actually, you know what? It's sparklies. Why don't we do pink? Pink works. All right. Okay. All right. And I think you have advantage on attack rolls against those, right?
Yes.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. All right. Kimber, anything else? You gonna move towards them, or?
Yeah, I moved up, so I'm not sure how far I had to move. I'm trying to count them. Let's see. Wait.
Okay. You gonna move here?
Sure.
Or you're just gonna move to right there?
You.
Okay. All right, then Fleegan, you're up.
Well, I am going to have to use my cunning action of dash. Otherwise, I will not be able to get up there to throw a dagger and effectively.
Okay. There's 50. Okay. All right.
And I will
Yes.
throw a dagger at this one right here.
Okay.
Since the deer are now part of our party, does he get sneak attack?
No. I think, yeah, no. Fleegan, you miss. All right. So, Kenna, you're up.
Okay. Okay. So, not going to engage in melee, but I'll move to here. And on the same one that he tried to throw at, I'm going to burst magic missile into him.
Okay. All three.
Yep, all three of them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. Wow. Whoa. Boom, boom, boom. And on the third one, you take him down.
Good. I got your alpha female right here.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Down. All right. Anything else?
That is it for the turn.
All right. Theros, you're up.
There we go. Advance to there and javelin the sparkly one right there.
Okay. You get advantage. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to hit. 6 points of damage. All right. You stick a javelin into its side. It does not go down, but it yelps quite loudly. And, yeah. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. It's going to yelp and it's going to run away.
With my javelin.
With your javelin, yes. Sticking out of its side. All right. Okay. Since you took out the alpha female, the alpha male is going to snarl and bound over the one that just went down. Sees Theros as the biggest threat, and it's going to come up after Theros.
Really?
Um,
Can't even get any respect from wolves.
Well, considering your size versus Theros' size and the
Oh, yeah.
javelin that he just threw, I know what you did. I mean, but
I know.
unnatural versus natural, it's instinct.
Yep.
But I like what you said, nonetheless. All right, but it does not get pack tactics because it moved away from the pack. Though the others are going to move up. Yeah, the others are going to move up, so we're going to get some pack tactics going on here. Yeah, one's going to go after you, actually, Kenna. So, all right. So 2 are going to go after Theros, one's going to go after Ken, one's going to go after Fleegan. They all get pack tactics. All right. So let's see here. Let's public that out. And then Theros, does it bite you? No, it does not. Does the other one bite you? Yes. 21 hits, 9 piercing damage.
Wow, that's
I
worse
need
than
you to
those things.
I need you to make a strength saving throw, please. All right, and it does not bowl you over, but it lands on you and bites you pretty severely. These wolves have large teeth. All right, Kenna, he's going to try and bite you. 13 does not hit, and he does not fumble because that's advantage. And then Fleegan, that one is going to try. The sparkly one's going to try and bite you. Does a 15 hit?
Just barely.
Oh,
Just
damn.
barely. 7 piercing damage. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh. It's not his strong point.
Punch.
Oh, and he bowls you over, and you hit the ground. You are prone, and it's standing on top of you with its jaws locked on your arm.
Just is not my day.
No, it's not. Poor Fleek. He's not was eaten by a bog and now getting eaten by wolves. So, all right, Roar, you're up.
Okay, how far can I move and still shoot if I've got a 25 speed?
25. All right, let me put you in the right spot here. Let me pick the right tool. Okay, 25. So you can move. You can move those locations.
Join me and stay a while.
So I'll slide. Oops. Any moment now. Oh, now I went one too far.
Okay.
You're good. That's good.
Can I shoot on Kenna's?
Yeah. Sure.
So I will take a shot on the one right below Kenna.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna hit.
Considerably.
Was waiting.
Whoops. There we go.
11
Damage
piercing
me.
damage. Huh?
There we go.
All right, the one in front of Kenna. Oh, you're gonna hit the sweet spot, and you're gonna kill that one with one shot.
Nice.
All right. So he takes that wolf down. All right, Kimber, you're up.
I'm looking at these wolves jumping on my friends and wondering how they can get injured so quickly after the last healing. Thinking maybe it's because I heal them so fast that they're taking it for granted. And so I'll rush in and smash a wolf instead. How are you, Theros?
I'm fine.
Hey, how are you? As I smash this wolf in the head. Nonchalantly. He's like, yeah,
How's it
we're old
going?
hat.
Whack.
Yeah, how's it going? This is old hat. We've been doing this all the time. Yeah, you were distracted.
I was very
Yeah.
distracted.
All right. Anything else, Kimber?
No, I'm just trying to stand up here and be someone the wolves want to bite instead of someone else. But I don't know how to do that.
All right, Fleegan, you're prone on the ground underneath this wolf. What do you do?
I'm gonna stab it. Stab it lots.
You're just gonna stab it.
Hand up first, so you don't have disadvantage for fighting from prone.
Does he have my my arm still?
At this point, no.
Okay,
I'll
so
say he doesn't.
stand up.
Yay 5e. You can stand up and do your thing.
Damn.
Well, that's gonna hurt
Oh,
a bit. All right. Lead damage with a Constitution saving throw.
DC 12.
Yeah, he passes. All right. Yeah. And then.
Offhand.
Yeah, I know. I see that. All right, go
Piss
ahead and roll your
off,
damage there.
gnome. Go piss off the gnome.
Oh, you pissed him off. He pissed the gnome off just enough to just barely kill him. All right, nice shot.
take
All
it.
right, Kenna.
Nice shooting,
You're up.
Tex. I'm going to step around to here.
Okay.
And I'm going to stabby
Stab it in the back.
the one in front of Kimber.
Okay.
Do we get pack tactics?
No.
Not unless you're got something that gives you that.
Or if our
Flinken
noses are
basically-
wet.
What was
Flinken
that?
basically gets pack tactics. It's called sneak attack.
5 slashing.
Does that make
5
me the alpha
slashing,
male?
huh?
Don't push your luck.
Oh. All right, 5 slashing damage. Anything else, Kenna?
Nope, that's it for this round.
All right, Theros, you're up.
Graxel, the one in front of me.
Okay.
And Graxel, I
Oh
shall.
my goodness, look at it.
Yup.
Yeah, Graxel, you shall for critical and how much damage. You can roll on the crit table if you want, but I have a feeling you're going to kill this thing. See how much damage we did. Oh, 20 points of damage. Holy goodness gracious. You not only
twain.
disembowel the thing, you you pretty much you splay the thing open.
Oh,
You
God.
strike with extreme. There you go. Roll an additional die.
So that's two more because of the critical.
No, just one more die.
Oh, just one more. Okay, yeah.
Just one more die. So you can roll a d12.
Yeah.
3.
23 damage.
That was merciful.
That's almost spider level.
Yeah.
Actually, I
That
think
is
we did
almost
21 to that one.
All right, it's dead. It's
How many legs
it's
did that wolf have?
sundered. It's annihilated.
14. It had 14 legs.
All right.
That explains it.
Okay. Kember, go ahead and well, actually, Kember and Kenna, go ahead and throw me an attack of opportunity as this one tries to run away.
Deal.
Kember hits
I hope a 21
for
hit.
4 bludgeoning damage, and Kenna hits for 5 slashing damage, and you guys just managed to take it down as it runs away. All right, you guys have killed all of the wolves.
The only one that
No.
survived took my javelin.
We'll get you a new one, big guy.
Is it just me, or has Roll20 gotten slower?
Yeah, it's kind of delayed.
It's a little bit laggy tonight, yeah.
It's
yeah.
been very laggy for me.
There's
I
probably
just
more
feel like
people
over
playing.
time Roll20's gotten slower.
Is
I
it a
was
holiday
worried
tomorrow?
at one point.
I think it's
Yeah.
just because of the sheer amount of people using it now.
Yeah. All right. Okay, my friends, what do you want to do?
I will start dressing the
Skin
deer,
Yeah.
and I'll skin the wolves because pelts.
At least pelts. And maybe we eat wolf nuggets? I don't know.
I have no idea.
What part of the wolf does a nugget come from?
Part on the
These
chicken.
days I
They're-
might find a nugget on a chicken.
They're kind of like Rocky Mountain oysters. It's
While they're doing that, I'm going to take a look at this. These standing stones.
Far away from those, and he thinks that they're spooky.
mostly
I'm
because
going with
they are.
Theros because I am the one that's been chosen to have these crazy visions.
Then you might need to climb to the top of one of these stones.
My dad's cray, so
Okay,
I've done
ladder.
this. I've skinned and dressed deer a lot.
By the way, somebody with an amulet could probably want to heal me.
Okay.
All right. So, doo. 2 of 3 objectives complete. You guys see the standing stones?
I see them.
All the
Yeah, the stone.
But they're
Boom.
spooky.
Yeah, the stone pillars are about 10 feet in height and relatively square, about 2 foot on a side. They are old, engraved with strange drawings and runes that have been worn and weathered over time. Blue-green evermoss grows in places around and on the base of the stone colonnades, and patches of orange and yellow lichens cover the southern sides of each. The inside faces of each stone pillar has an engraving of Luneos in the moon's 8 phases. Phases are new, dancing, crescent, first quarter, dancing gibbous, full, hiding gibbous, third quarter, and hiding crescent. And the three dancers are the 3 comets that revolve around Luneos. The 3 dancers can be seen following in each of the phases. The muted moonlight and red starlight causes the stones to cast shadows upon the ground. They look as black and menacing as phantoms lying in wait for an unsuspecting victim. In the center of the circle made by the stones is a smooth octagonal slab of red granite lying flat upon the grass, and with each edge facing one of the 8 stone pillars. A circle with 8 expanding rays emanating from it is engraved into the face of the granite. It appears as the sol, or the sun, to your eyes, with each ray pointing to a pillar. A black star-shaped piece of what may be onyx is set into the center of the slab, and there are words in a language you do not understand engraved in the center of the star. Strange wisps of mist rise from the edges of the huge granite plate and dissipate in the cold air, and there is a scent that reaches your nostrils. It's a sweet smell that reminds you of spring roses and mint. What do you guys do?
Like mint.
Got all this wonderful smelling stuff around.
Yeah, first bread and now mint.
Hey, Fleegan, go stand in the center of that.
Then we won't be able to smell you.
Did you stuff the mushrooms in your socks?
Not yet. That's tonight. Gotta get them pearly toes smelling good. I will go and stand in the middle. Because after all, what are red dragons looking at you for? But to see where you stand.
Okay. So Fleegan goes and stands in the middle then?
And I will look around to see if there's any writing upon this red stone or marble.
Mm-hmm. There is writing upon the red stone marble, but it is written in a language that you don't recognize. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Sure. The one time I start speaking strange ancient tongues and being able to read stuff, I can't do it.
All right. Ember, you go up there. What are you doing? I see.
Watching Fleegan closely, thinking he has a little too much confidence in my ability to heal him. And I'll take a look at the stones, noticing the different time of the moon, possibly thinking
The phases of the moon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and I try to look at the moon that's in the sky and compare it to the stone that is present here and see if there's any difference between it and any of the other stones.
Yeah, unfortunately, you cannot see Lunaeus. You can see the glow from it through the clouds and the mist, but you cannot see it, so you're not entirely remembering of what phase it's in at this point. Theros, what were you doing?
Watching Fleegan to make sure he doesn't die.
Okay, all right. Gror, what are you doing?
Dressing out this deer. I'm gonna imagine we'll still be able to carry one deer per person. I mean, don't need a pole or anything crazy.
Yeah, you guys have the materials that you need to be able to do that. You have basically a a thing that you can carry them on for sure. With the way that you guys are doing that, you'll be able to do that on one pole with the 2 deer that you have very well. But I'll let you two continue to and dress the deer while Kember he's kind of looking at the sky and then looking back at the stones, and he realizes that the pictograms on the stones. They seem to depict the rising of a man to godhood, or perhaps a man being taken into the heavens for whatever reason. And then Fleegan, at first you look at the words on the inscribed upon the stone there, and they seem to be in a language that you don't understand. But interestingly enough, shortly after you look at them, they kind of start to form and change almost shape to a point to where you realize that you can in fact read them for whatever reason.
I knew it. If I stare hard enough, something will come out of it.
Kenna leans over to Gror and says, "Thank you for assisting me on this."
So what does it say? It says the dark
I
sun.
mean, I do my share.
The dark sun crests from evil's mire, a death face looks upon the spire. 'Tis then the can't read
Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Looks like a nightmare.
night
Comes to
looks.
be.
Continue.
From the mortal flesh he shall be free. The
Ritz.
writs of truth on twisted stone, the chance to gain a godly throne. To aid our Lord, we must be wise. Much sacrifice to his rise?
I think it's a rise.
Arise. Can one survive the talon slash? Dark blood dripping from the lash, the searing in the mortal world, bringing forth his flag now unfurled.
Yes.
Get out of that, whatever it is. Is anything actually happening that we can tell?
Give me a perception check, please. All right. You look around to see if anything seems to be happening, and nothing seems to have changed other than the fact that the words at first were unreadable, now seem to be, for whatever reason.
Oh, so he's not the only one that can read them.
Yeah, you can read them now too.
I look at Theros. I said, let's pull him out. Is Theros good with pulling him out?
I'll reach over and grab Fleegan.
Yeah, I try to help. Of course,
And toss him up into a tree, right?
Toss him onto a standing stone. No.
Yeah, you're able to reach over and grab him and pull him right out. Doesn't seem to be any resistance or anything.
But much bitching from the gnome.
I'll walk around the circle in counterclockwise and take a look at each one of the stones, touch it, try to understand it.
Okay.
Are you trying to
give
woo
me-
the stones?
Give me an insight check, please.
Wrong person to be doing that, but all right.
He's over there romancing the stones.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, you find that whatever this is, it seems ancient and potentially sacred, but what that may mean, you don't know. It even feels a bit, I don't know, dark. It feels sacred, but not holy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
AKA evil.
Yeah. Grimber, what do you make of this thing?
You guys gonna tell us all what it says?
Is
Over
there?
here in
And
the
what?
He
butcher
said it
shop.
aloud. He said it aloud, so you heard it.
What?
Okay.
Interrupt your ability to go ahead and get dinner ready? No.
I'm butchering over here. I could do an extra gnome, you know.
Has Anton or anyone ever explained something like this before?
Give me a history check.
Can I help with that? I have a thought on it.
Yeah, you can help with that. What's your thought?
The top part is talking about the spire. Right? And spire is like a tower, perhaps. And we were told not to go to this tower that this elvish princess is in. Perhaps if you go there, there's some words of power that you speak and you become possessed and some spirit takes possession. I mean, clearly this place is evil. I know you all can sense it as surely as I, Gror, feel it in my bones.
This place is dag nasty evil. Surely you can sense it. Yes. You guys have never heard of anything like this before in your life, even from Anton.
Well, I'm now
Or
even
old
more
Strim, for
convinced.
that matter. So, all right. Kenna and Gror are able to finish dressing up the deer and getting it up on the stick and relatively easy to carry. What do you guys want to do
These-
from here?
And his hat,
These
mine
we
has a
cannot
black, white
leave.
tuxedo.
Yeah, these we can't hide, and otherwise the wolves will come back and eat them. So
Could hang him from a
Usually.
tree.
these we have to keep with us. So.
Yeah. I
Grimber,
agree.
what do you take of this shrine?
I have not been told of a place such as this, and being that it's speaking of Linios and has this pentagram on the ground, it is obvious a place of some kind of ritual, perhaps to the gods, or something summoning like. But I do not know.
Or walks over to Theros and pats him on his lower back, since that's probably as high as I can reach. I say, I know it's obvious to you, friend, that you can feel the evilness of this place. This is not gods, but something that was dark before they came to justify the world. We were warned of this by Saphalinea. We must get out of this spot, get the water and the wood and back to the camp. We shouldn't tarry any longer. Let the ogres be for the moment.
We had promised her that we would take care of the ogres.
But not today.
Well, we probably won't be here
That
tomorrow.
was a he. Did you see the antlers? It was, you know.
Yes.
Everything's a she to you, I'm telling you.
Crimber, is this something? Is this a place that we should try to attempt to destroy?
I think it's out of our understanding. I would rather
Yeah.
speak to Brother Salvenza or even Anton and explain to them what we have seen here and see if they wish us to do any harm to it.
And
Probably-
stone
we probably
doesn't
couldn't
burn very
affect it.
well.
Right. We
I'm
can only
thinking
burn down
about
cabins.
toppling. I'm thinking toppling, but
It's too old to be tore down by flesh. If we were supposed to do anything with it, we would have been warned of this place, I bet. I do think it warns us about that tower that Salfal Anea warned us not to go to as well. That top line.
all right, let's go.
Is there any just a quick check? Is there anything arcane about the place, or is it seem more like religious significance?
Just a moment.
I feared for Fleegan because I feared that it was a location for a sacrifice, and I did not wish one of my brothers to be sacrificed. So
Understood.
I trust your wisdom and instinct. You are smart, Kimber.
It does not feel arcane to you.
Didn't
in any
think
way.
so, but just wanted to make sure.
I don't think I'll be sacrificed. I've been eaten, probably,
Yeah.
but not sacrificed.
I was wrong. I was looking in the wrong section. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Of course.
there's
thought I had
Not
read
sure.
that.
so much literature. I understand.
Scroor has magic powers. Can I roll one too? I'm kidding.
Yeah, you're not sure. It seems more sacred than, or more religious than arcane, but it could be a combination of both. It's very hard for you to know without, using another means of detecting that.
Sorry, I had to roll.
Should we spend a little time for me to detect magic and see if there's anything here that we can't see?
I don't think we have that much time. It's getting late. We got to get back to camp still too.
It's 10 minutes.
You guys have been poking around now for your travels. Some of these passages through the forest are longer than they seem. So your travels now, I think you've been in the forest now for about 2.5 hours.
We were supposed to be back
like
in
that.
5 or something, right?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
So we have to pretty much get going for our other 2.5 hours out.
And it looks like each of us are going to be carrying a carcass. So
No. That's just Theros. There's gear and hides and wood. Carry the water. If those Union guys had won, we all would have had to carry some.
well,
But we beat their ass.
I am not going to let Theros carry it all, so I will help.
So what are you doing?
Well, I say we continue down. Does it look like it continues in this? It looks like it continues in this direction.
Yeah, the opening of the forest is to the west. To the east is just kind of a grove of the meadow. It doesn't form a trail.
Okay, what about the
Sorry, I may have said that wrong. Yeah, the west. Yeah, it
Okay.
goes. It seems as if the trail goes to the west.
Okay.
So you guys want to head towards the west?
Yep.
Might as well.
Don't
With
we
our
need to go back and
bounty.
get the wood?
We'll come back for the wood.
We only have 2.5 hours or half the time left.
If we take longer, I'm sure they'll be fine.
All right.
All right.
Get sent places though.
Hey,
It is
Thank
hard.
you for moving me.
It's called called decision making. Huh? Imagine that.
It's a leadership trait.
You should let the leaders tell you what to do and do it. You know, be a good soldier.
Wow.
All
I
right.
think we are
So
the
rigid.
leaders now.
Okay.
It's dwarven logic. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's show you what you see here.
It's definitely
All right,
dwarven.
there we go. The old bridge.
Does everybody
So
have
as you
a-
head down the trail, the trees in this area are somewhat more open, giving a decent view of the overcast sky. And the hue from the red star clashes with the light from Luneos and Vixen, turns the cloud cover a sickly pink color. You hear the wind blowing and the trees creaking about you. And as you step around a small bend in the path, you find yourselves standing at the edge of a rather large creek, spanned by an old, dilapidated, lichen-covered bridge. It is large enough to permit a small wagon to cross it. But that would likely not be advisable, as you can see plainly that a number of planks in the floor of the bridge have rotted out, and the northern railing has been nearly fallen off. On the northeastern side of the path, you can see a large patch of glowing mushrooms. You guys saw the picture, right?
Are there ogre tracks here still?
Yes, there are ogre tracks there.
Do they go over the bridge?
They lead to and from the bridge, but the bridge is the bridge.
We'll have to be on the other side to know if they're.
Right, but
Where we
at least
go.
the tracks go up to the bridge.
Yeah. Does the water in the river look fresh?
No, it looks like the water that you had seen over on the other
Yeah,
part when
don't-
you guys went down that one trail and you came to the water. It doesn't look very good.
So no filling up on that. Okay, got it.
Fleegan might bathe in it though, maybe.
Did you say there were glowing mushrooms as well?
Yep.
Do they smell like fresh bread?
I don't know. Do you go over and smell them?
I do.
You do.
don't know.
They
Do
do
you
not
smell
smell
them?
like fresh. They do not smell like fresh bread, but they look just like the mushrooms that you found over by the wolf spider den.
Yeah, poison. Don't touch them.
Smell like a saving throw.
What do you guys want to do?
Head up, investigate the bridge quietly.
Not get on it,
Quietly.
right? Just from
Well,
our
give me a
side.
stealth check, Mister
Was there-
Mister Quietly.
Do the mushrooms lead a path to the north?
Give me a nature check, please, or survival. Survival. Survival.
Can we help him?
Sure. All right, Kenna, you move up there quietly and inspect the bridge. Give me a perception check, please.
But I just cannot roll perception today.
Kimber, the mushrooms seem like they're just growing in a haphazard manner that you wouldn't have any idea if they had any significance or not. Perception, Kenna, you take a look at the bridge and looks like it was on how I described it.
Okay, well, I think we need to cross here. We may have to go back and get the
I think we should go back. Yeah.
wood, and then and bring it back over here.
Well, here's my question to you, Kenna. Do you really want to take, even if it's just the wood and the meat, go fight the ogres? You know?
Let's.
Or do we want to just
Well,
take
we're
the
gonna
wood
have
Why
and
don't
the
we
meat?
find out if the ogres have crossed the bridge? Fleegan, can you cross the bridge and see if there's
Since
tracks
I
on the
am
other side?
lightest,
Yes.
I would be the best candidate.
I'll tie a rope to him so that I can pull him out if he ends up in
Couldn't-
the river.
Couldn't Theros just throw him across the bridge?
Sure, if you want to damage him.
He's obviously sturdy. He's been bit by like everything in the woods for the last hour. I mean,
There we go. There we go. Throwing. There we go. Throwing Fleegan again. And I'm reading your chat.
Fleegan
Kemper.
flinging.
Yeah. All right.
my other
so you're
game,
gonna
I
tie
play a
rope.
gnome. His name is Caber, and I'm waiting for somebody to toss him. Honestly, solely that's why his name is Caber, but it hasn't happened yet.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it. Oh, happy kitty. So you tie a rope around Fleegan then?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
In case he goes in
So-
the drink, so we can pull him out.
So people say that the pets look like their owners, and that pet looks like Marion to me. That cat looks like Marion to me. So
He's his own cat.
yeah. But happy kitty. All right. Yeah, Fleegan, you're able to. The bridge seems surprisingly more solid than you expect it to be. But you definitely feel as you're crossing it that if any more than maybe one or two people at a time on the bridge could cause some issues with it. But you find that it's relatively intuitive on how to get across it without falling through or it breaking on you.
So a 2-person maximum, unless of course you're named as Theros.
Theros goes alone.
To not go alone. All
It's a
right.
song, isn't it?
Some sort of statement. Okay, so Fleegan gets to the other side, and Fleegan, you're able to see that the ogre tracks are definitely on the other side and coming and going. So
I will yell across the bridge and say, "Yes, there are ogres over here."
I shoot him.
Great.
Is that okay?
Just say it really loud. Can you say it louder?
yeah.
Yeah.
In another
Fleegan.
high pitched, delicious tone of gnome.
Fleegan, can you marinate yourself with some seasoning before you yell? That way the ogres have a better meal. That's
well, you do, Fleegan. You do actually. Once you get to the other side, you also get the whiff of a campfire coming from the west.
We know how to get there when we come back. I mean,
In
we
thieves'
need to
chant,
take care
I
of this
will
before we leave.
tell
We're not
them
going to
that
have a
there's
chance to come
smoke,
back.
and I'm going to see who it is, and
I will move
hope
across
they understand
the
what I'm
bridge
trying to mimic
cover
to
him.
them.
Yeah, Kenna, can you?
Yeah.
Can you give me a? I don't know what kind of check. Give me a insight check.
Insight. Got it.
Yeah, you understand what he said.
Okay, got it.
All right, and you cross the bridge. Okay.
Yes,
And you smell smoke from a campfire, and actually you see off to the west what looks to be the shadowed shapes of maybe some tents.
yeah, I'll hold up my hand, put my finger to my lips, back towards the other guys, and say, like see, and point in that direction. Point to my eyes and then point in that direction.
Okay. All right, what do y'all do? Theros?
Unfortunately, you cut out there, so I didn't hear any of that. But looks like you guys are on the other side. There doesn't look like there's a way I can get out across. I'll hold my action. Get out a javelin.
I think we believe you could cross the bridge.
Yeah, you can cross.
Gror doesn't think you should, if it matters.
Well, the ogres have crossed this bridge.
They're a little bit bigger than you, probably.
And you should
Yeah.
probably just go one at a time on your side, but the others could probably do
All right, I'll go ahead and cross the bridge.
All right, the bridge kind of creaks and groans as you go across the bridge, and you hear some pops and snaps, but it doesn't break underneath you, and you're able to get across.
All right.
All right, and you smell campfire smoke, and you see that it looks like there might be some tents off to the west over there. So, Gror, what are you doing?
With bow in hand and an arrow already ready for it, I gesture to the bridge and I say to Kimber, "After you, good sir."
Well, my question has been answered. It is me that's after Theros, after the popping and cracking. And okay,
Well, I mean, I can shoot somebody with an arrow from over here if it was needed. You can't hit him with that club from over here.
it's a rope. It's me that you have to shoot.
Yeah, I could do that.
uh, Please to kiss me at the bridge.
I will move
Okay.
slightly so there's more room for him to get over here.
Yeah, Kimber, you're able to get across the bridge just fine.
Now I'm seeing
right.
like
Gror, are
people?
you coming?
Does the blue rock and kisses it and looks up into the sky and he goes, "Thank you, Cephalanea. Keep safe." And he kind of winces as he crosses the creaky bridge as well.
Okay. All right, make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Hold on one sec. Let me
Also, while he's doing that, do we have any seriously injured party
I
members?
have a reward to help with this if it really goes bad.
No, just make a dexterity saving throw. Don't even worry about the roll. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. That was more for. I'm going to be honest. That was more for a dramatic effect. All right.
Butt pucker.
You scared the crap out of me. I mean, damn.
I know. I figured I would.
I think I sees people over here or something.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to show you a picture here.
Likely there's people in this neighborhood.
All right, I'm going to show you this picture here.
Oh Jesus!
At this point on the trail, you can see and smell smoke. It seems to be coming from the direction in which you are traveling, and moving forward, you hear the snorting and neighing of horses. Further on, you can see a modest clearing, and in the center of which appears to be a camp. But something is wrong. From your vantage, there is no movement. And you think that you can see bodies lying on the ground.
Again, should you and I stealth forward and take a look?
We shall be sneaky.
Well, before you do, my
Uh-oh.
friends, that is where we shall end for the night.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wa-da-da-da-da.
stupid
Dun,
cliffhanger.
Which means big combat ahead.
Possibly.
Or
Not
lots of
necessarily.
cleanup.
Everybody
Dead
other than the
body.
horses are dead, right? I mean, there couldn't possibly be anybody else alive over there except the horses.
Unless
Unless
there's an
the undead.
Yeah.
So does
Maybe
anybody
this
else
is a
happen-
cult of death ogres, and they like to pretend they're dead until you come into their house.
So does anybody else see a pattern here? They send
Uh-huh.
us out for very simple things, and we come back with very expensive items. I see at least 4 horses that look like they're fine. That would be
Mhm.
a fine addition to our troop.
Absolutely.
And look at all the swords and axes and stuff. I mean, they're going to send us out to go buy bread, and we're coming back
This-
with a bakery.
This one looks like a dead wizard, so I'm kind of interested in checking that out. So
All right. Well, friends, well done tonight, as usual. That was quite fun. I hope those who take the time to watch this learn something, enjoy it. Your minds are opened by wonder. But as we like to do at times, it's always good to end with a little suspense and desire to come back wanting more the next time. So, do you guys have any questions for me?
none from my end.
All right. Did you have fun tonight?
Yes.
Sure did.
Good. Well, I had
Except
Sort
for
of.
the whole 9 on Fleegan's head. But yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Fleegan got it annihilated at that one spot, but you guys are a good party. You know what to do about it. So, well, we'll let our viewers go, and we'll say, as we usually do, we're thankful for that you joined us, and may all of your adventures be sticky. Thank you, and good night.
Woohoo!
Good night.
Hey.